Vice President Sara Duterte may have the supermajority behind her in the House and Senate, which agreed to nearly all her requests. But her proposed budget request, seeking to breeze through proceedings, was far from a cakewalk this afternoon. From her controversial confidential fund allocation to funding for increased security, the Vice President had to fight tooth and nail for each of them, that our Daniel Manalastas sums up in this report.
Senators took a deep dive into the confidential funds of the Office of the Vice President and the Department of Education as well during the committee hearing on its proposed budget for next year. Vice President Sara Duterte herself told lawmakers they can live without it. However,
we can only propose, but we are not insisting. We can live without confidential funds. But of course, our work will be much easier if we have the flexibility of confidential funds in monitoring the safe, secure, and successful implementations of the programs, projects, and activities of the Office of the Vice President.
Which mandates of the Office of the Vice President will be supported by the aforementioned allocation of the confidential funds?
Is intended for the safe, secure, and successful implementations of programs, projects, and activities, and engagements of me and all the satellite offices.
On DepEd's confidential funds, Undersecretary Michael Poa told the committee its purpose, such as for the fight against illegal drugs and recruitment of rebels.
The numbers, for example, for recruitment, 12.3% of the rebel those who surrendered 2016 to 2020 were minors, 12 to 17 years old. In fact, we have information that 16 schools just within Metro Manila are involved in recruitment activities.
Meanwhile, Senator Raffy Tulfo grilled the DepEd on the alleged voluntary contributions involving students and parents, wherein Tulfo alleges those who contribute get high grades.
Now that I'm senator and they elected and voted me para mabigyan solusyon itong problema ito na mga magulang na mag-aral, I have to do something.
Number one, you asked the question on how you can help. Paano kayo makatulong na senator na kayo ngayon? Pwede po kayong gumawa ng batas na ipagbawal po ang voluntary contribution sa mga PTAs.
Una, wala pong kapangyarihan na para ipatigil yan. Pero however, meron pong kapangyarihan ng DepEd na para ipatigil po yung tinatawag na voluntary contribution sa PTA.
Madam Chair, Your Honor, we take note of your advice. You don't answer, you don't sign department orders. We take note of your comments.
Thank you, but Your Honor, they must answer these questions because itong question ko po, galing po to sa mga magulang na mag-aaral.
The OVP told the senators their current programs, like the Libreng Sakay, fight against insurgency, programs for education, health, and assistance to different individuals. Also, their programs for disaster response and mitigation. The OVP also defended the issue on its security detail.
As to the number of VP-SPG personnel, the determination on the number and deployment of VP-SPG personnel is largely dependent on the assessment of the AFP and the PNP.
Suspect, kasi ako, my security, let's say we have 6 or 4, hindi naman sila sabay-sabay, di ba? Kasi may nagpapahinga, may shifting yan, di ba? Hindi naman kailangan alert yun, di ba? There's a day shift, there's a night shift.
Meanwhile, the budgets of the DepEd and OVP are deemed submitted to the Senate's plenary. Daniel Manalastas for The Nation.